I grabbed it the second it was done and practically ran to my car, my hands shaking so bad I dropped my keys twice before getting the door open. The drive to my parents' house was a blur of red lights and stop signs that I barely registered, my mind racing with what Vicky might have done with my vendors. Mom opened the door before I even knocked and immediately started defending Vicky, saying I was overreacting about a few pictures and that sisters share things. I pushed past her without responding and headed straight up the stairs to Vicky's room, throwing the door open to find exactly what I feared. Every wall was covered in my wedding photos, printed out and tacked up with notes scribbled on them, venue shots circled in red marker, flower arrangements labeled with vendor names and phone numbers. My Pinterest boards were printed too, the private ones I'd never shared with anyone, and she'd written booked next to several vendors' names with dates that matched my wedding timeline. The sick feeling in my stomach got worse when I saw she'd circled specific items and written prices next to them, calculating costs for her own event using my exact selections. Behind me, I heard car doors slam and Vicky's voice floating up from downstairs, laughing about something with Ryan as shopping bags rustled. They came up the stairs and Vicky appeared in the doorway holding bags from my wedding dress boutique, the same place where I'd bought my veil and shoes. She pulled out an identical veil to mine, the one I'd had on hold for months before buying, and the exact same pearl-covered heels I'd worn. Ryan stood behind her looking uncomfortable as she spun around asking if I thought they'd look good with the dress, emphasizing those last two words like we both knew which dress she meant. I pulled out my phone to call my venue, and the coordinator answered sounding stressed, explaining someone had called that morning claiming to be Emma Reynolds trying to change the date of the booking. She said the voice didn't match mine from our previous calls, so she'd refused, and now they were requiring in-person verification for any changes to my account. My hands were typing out frantic texts to Marcus while Vicky kept talking about her wedding plans, using my florist, my caterer, my band, everything I'd spent months choosing. The photographer just happening to mention Vicky picked up photos last night makes me wonder why he didn't call to confirm this unusual request. Something feels off about how easily she waltzed in claiming Emma sent her, especially since wedding photos are such personal items. Marcus showed up within 20 minutes, his face dark with anger as he walked straight past everyone to find Ryan in the hallway. He asked Ryan point blank if he knew what Vicky was doing, and Ryan's confused expression told us everything before he even opened his mouth. Ryan said Vicky told him I'd offered to let them use my wedding plans since they were getting married too, and that we'd worked out an arrangement to share vendors for a discount. The poor guy genuinely thought we were collaborating and looked shocked when Marcus explained what was really happening. That night, I sat at my kitchen table with Claire going through every single vendor contract, adding passwords and security questions to all my accounts while she helped me change the contact emails. She mentioned she'd seen Vicky at my florist last week trying on the sample bouquet I'd designed, holding it up to her dress while the florist took photos. The florist had assumed we were shopping together since Vicky knew all the details about my order, down to the specific shades of roses I'd requested, and the ribbon I'd chosen for the stems. That same afternoon, my phone started going crazy with calls from family members I hadn't talked to in weeks.